Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Bridging Tech from Home 2021 Virtual Charity Gala. I'm Greg Kuroga. I have the honor of being our host, MC, and fundraiser this evening, and we are glad that you are here. The Bridging Tech Charitable Fund is a young organization doing amazing work to bridge the technological divide and empower communities. If you're familiar with Bridging Tech, you know all about our founders, Isabel Wang and Margot Bellin. If you're new to the organization, welcome. Here in the Silicon Valley, we always talk about being in on the ground floor of an organization, and it does not get much more ground floor than this. In the first year of operation, Bridging Tech has impacted the lives of over 2,700 students, and that number is only growing. Tonight, we're going to hear directly from Margot and Isabel. You're going to see firsthand the impact a computer and access to the internet can have on a child, on a family, on a community. And you are going to have the ability to help support the great work of Bridging Tech through a variety of channels. But first, we're going to kick off our show tonight with a fight song. Kat Ryan is a Las Vegas-born singer-songwriter with a strong commitment to helping make the world a better place. Since 2015, all proceeds from her single, You Are Strong, have gone directly to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. All proceeds from her 2020 single, Don't Worry Baby, benefit the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts Coronavirus Relief Fund. Here to perform her Put Your Records On, please join me in welcoming Kat Ryan.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. My name is Kat Ryan and I'm so excited and honored to be your musical performer today. The first song that I'll be singing is called Put Your Records On, and I love this song particularly because of the message. It's really about taking the time to enjoy the little things in life, and I think that we can always use that little reminder to do that. So I hope you enjoy. Three little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, lay your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. You go ahead, lay your head down. You're gonna find yourself some way, somehow. Blue as a sky, sunburned and lonely, sipping tea in the bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that afro hairdo. Maybe sometimes we've got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, lay your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. You go ahead, lay your head down. You're gonna find yourself some way. 'Twas more than I could take. Pity for pity's sake, some nights kept me awake. I thought that I was stronger. When are you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to. Tell me your favorite get your dreams. You go ahead, lay your head down. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, lay your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans. I hope you get your dreams. You go ahead, lay your head down. You're gonna find yourself some way, somehow. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the gala.
Hi everyone! Thank you so much for being here tonight at Bridging Tech's 2021 Virtual Charity Gala. Our team is incredibly grateful for all your support, whether you've been with us since the beginning or are just joining us for the first time this evening. We are so excited for our amazing speakers and performers joining us tonight, and most importantly, to offer you an inside perspective on Bridging Tech's mission and work over the past year and a half. Though we couldn't be in person tonight, we are so grateful to have this opportunity to share more about our cause.
Echoing this excitement, thank you so much for joining us tonight and offering your ongoing support throughout this difficult year. Margot and I are constantly inspired by all of your generosity focused on our mission of bridging the digital divide, and we've been looking forward to this day for months. Tonight, we are excited to share how we believe public service changes lives and why we think everyone here should get involved in service immediately. Our Bridging Tech journey began in April of 2020 when we saw our own classes at Stanford University turn to remote learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We read articles about under-resourced students sitting outside of restaurants in search of internet access for classes. And as we both have long-standing backgrounds in public service and social justice, Margot and I very quickly realized that technology and educational equity go hand in hand. And we wanted to do something about these prevalent disparities. So we came together with a vision and a plan. We researched and found out that there are 11 million kids across the country without access to a computer. And as you can imagine, under-resourced students of color were much more likely to face this challenge than others. We are both passionate about serving kids facing some of the greatest difficulties in life, so we began calling the directors of homeless shelters across the country and immediately learned about the great need for devices. Many of these first call recipients became our long-term Bridging Tech shelter partners attending tonight. As we gathered more and more stories, we learned that students without laptops were simply not able to attend school. From Denver, the Alba family wrote to us that their kids were both enrolled in school, but were having to attend classes in different grades and complete homework assignments using a single cell phone. In addition, with their kids experiencing homelessness and not having a stable point of shelter, the Alba parents were considering pausing their children's education until their kids could have access to a computer. Now, with Bridging Tech's laptop donations, they write that their children are overcoming obstacles and have a much greater chance at succeeding in their education. From listening to our family's needs and spending time understanding the issue of the digital divide, we decided to dedicate our time to bridging the digital divide. To date, Bridging Tech has served over 2,700 students affected by homelessness in over 15 cities across the United States, and we will continue growing to increase our reach and uplift as many students as possible.
We continue to be absolutely amazed and impressed by the community support of volunteers across the nation as we have been on this journey. After Bridging Tech was featured on different news outlets earlier this year, we received an outpouring of support from individuals who wanted to host tech drives or become tutors or mentors to the under-resourced students we serve. It is because of these community volunteers that we've been able to build a comprehensive educational services program for students that simply don't have access to free educational resources otherwise. We've also been able to sustainably recycle corporate computers from institutions and companies around the nation. We pride ourselves on establishing deep partnerships with nonprofit partners as well. For example, we are committed to continuing to help the shelters we have already served by providing computers to their new students for as long as we have the resources to do so. We are also so grateful for the corporate partnerships that help us recruit more professional mentors who are passionate about helping students. It is important to us that we listen to the students we serve by providing them with educational services that they really want and that they find meaningful and useful. We recently had a student join our mentorship program, for example, and he was interested in law. So we worked on pairing him with a lawyer in our mentorship program. By working directly with volunteers and institutions across the country, we hope to provide meaningful services to the students we seek to help, and most importantly, we hope to continue providing laptops that they'll need.
If you walk away with one message from tonight, it is that you can and should start uplifting your communities immediately. The development of Bridging Tech shows us that anyone with dedication can make an impact. Even committing to one act of social good each day can make someone else's day and, over time, transform our society. Our team members and volunteers take on a variety of tasks, each of which is absolutely essential to our organization's functioning. We have grant writers, teams specializing in outreach, and students passionate about communication. We hope that from our program tonight, you will see how we can all do more by giving selflessly, and we can elevate our impact by working together as a community to serve those in need. No matter your talent, there is a place for you to make a difference.
So, we wanted to take this time to share a touching testimonial we received from one of our families, written on behalf of their shelter representative. This was a particularly moving story from City of Refuge, a shelter in Atlanta, Georgia. So now we quote, "Timothy, his mother, and his younger brother have been residents at our emergency shelter for women and children for a year. Prior to that, they spent several months living with the family until they were no longer welcome. Timothy is a model student. Despite the trauma and instability that he's experienced, he prioritizes his education and enjoys 7th grade. He's often in high spirits, despite not having the comforts that most 12-year-old boys have. Timothy's school, like most, is seesawing between in-person and virtual classes. And although she works full-time, Timothy's mother doesn't have extra money to purchase a laptop for him. He also realized that in order to rent a laptop at school, he would have to rent it. So his mother doesn't have enough money to pay for that. Although feeling hopeless, his mother decided to go talk to her case manager and see what could be done. Thankfully, that day, her case manager told her that there was an extra laptop that had just been donated from Bridging Tech. Timothy looked down at it and he was absolutely overjoyed. Timothy is now able to go to school online on the days where he has virtual classes. This story helped us realize that we're not just donating a computer to City of Refuge or to Hamilton families or to whatever shelter partner that we have. We are really donating the opportunity to continue pursuing a fulfilling education.
Timothy's story is one that motivates our team to continue working hard each and every day. At Bridging Tech, we are inspired by these stories of hope, committed to our service, and empowered to do more to inspire others to action. There are so many opportunities for incredible social change around us, and we need your help to effect change. We all must come together to advocate for social good and social justice in whatever capacities we can. Together, we are Bridging Tech.
Thank you all!
Thank you, Margot and Isabel. It really is an honor to be here with you for the inaugural Bridging Tech from Home virtual charity gala. And it is great to see all of you watching from home or your office or wherever it is. Thank you for joining us tonight. We have a great show lined up for you. As Margot and Isabel mentioned, you're going to hear some incredible stories. We are truly looking to you to be part of it. Bridging Tech may be a young organization, but it is doing extremely impactful work all across the United States. You've heard us say it before. We'll say it again. In the past year, Bridging Tech has impacted the lives of over 2,700 students, and that need is only increasing. As the pandemic stretches onward, as more and more families find themselves on the wrong side of the digital divide, the need for Bridging Tech is only growing. And that's why we're here. Our success tonight will be made possible by you. You are what is going to drive our show. Every donation that you make in the Fund a Need, every bid that you make in the auction will help provide technology and access to a student and a family who need it. We have an exciting auction coming up. We have 10 auction lots that we're going to close in real time on our show tonight. We have a Fund a Need, which helps provide technology and access to students whose lives have been impacted. So if you haven't already, please go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid and register to participate. You can see it on screen right below me now. Again, that URL is bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Once you get registered there, it's where you can make donations to our Fund a Need and bid on all 10 of our auction items. You see the Donate Now button. You click on that, and that's where you can make a donation to the Fund a Need. So again, go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Make sure you are registered to participate. Every $100 you donate tonight, every $100 you bid on an auction item provides one computer for a student who needs it. The impact you can have is tremendous, as you can see right now.
Good evening. My name is Lakeisha Eubanks Evans, and I serve as Director of K through 12 and College Access Programs at Project Home's Hahnemann Learning Center, Comcast Technology Labs. This year, I was fortunate enough to connect with Carter and the Bridging Tech team in order to offer laptops to 40 of the students that were enrolled in our after-school program. So here at our center, we work with kindergarten through 12th grade students who are either Project Home residents, so they're living in Project Home residential sites, and or just members of the larger community. We focus and target our enrollment on the 19121 and 19132 zip codes, because those are zip codes identified as some of the poorer zip codes in the city. And also due to the location of our center, we really want to be able to offer resources and support to the local community surrounding where our center is in the middle of. We really focus on literacy and science, technology, engineering, and math with our K through 8th grade students. And with our teens, we focus on digital electives. So everything that we offer here is technology based. And while we are fortunate to offer students access to technology while they're with us, after 6 o'clock and they go home, they don't have access to that technology anymore. What we've really seen and identified in the midst of this pandemic are the disparities amongst, students who are living in these zip codes, and particularly students of color that don't have access and don't have the means. So although some of our students were really fortunate to get laptops from their own schools, they were sharing laptops with other siblings in their household, and or sharing a laptop with a parent who needed to work from home or had work themselves to do. So for us to be able to offer students laptops that they can take with them home, that they could keep, that they didn't have to worry about returning to a school, that was really a huge opportunity for us. And what we have seen thus far is that we really are able to have students and support students outside after 6 p.m. We see that students are continuing to log on our literacy program, and or students are continuing to explore science, technology, engineering, and math on their own, and or just the basics of completing, any schoolwork that they may have, since they have their own devices at home and are not having to share. So thank you again to the Bridging Tech team, and thank you to your gracious donors, because I know without donors, you wouldn't be able to support our program or any other programs like ours in the city. So thanks again to you all. We are looking forward to continuing our partnership with Bridging Tech, and have a good night.
My name's Melissa Sadler-Mutu, and I'm one of the newer members of Bridging Tech as a mentor associate. And I'm so excited to be here because I've had a career in teaching and in information technology, curriculum design. In fact, I'm getting my doctoral right now in curriculum and instruction based on digital design. And just a little bit to let you know why I'm interested, the opportunities that kids have now for education through technology are fascinating and amazing. And we've been through a time through COVID that shows us that we really all can do this, and that in some cases it really makes good sense to have virtual platforms and virtual teachers and innovations. There's so many that we can have right now. So my interest in Bridging Tech is this organization is phenomenal for collecting devices, which a lot of people have, Um, uh, those of us who are on the other side of the digital divide, we have lots of these devices. We can donate them, and they have found a way to take these devices, clean them off, and turn them back into people who really experience the other side of the digital divide, the side of the digital divide that does not have access to technology. I live in San Antonio, Texas, and you can see it from my background. So my dream is that we're going to work with the San Antonio Haven for Hope is the shelter there. There are so many kids. I think there's about 10 school buses that go to and from Haven for Hope every day for kids who are in a homeless situation and they are attending public school. So yeah, that's really my interest. I'm excited. I have signed up to help mentor, help find people to join this worthy cause and be a part of it. So thank you so much for being here tonight, and kudos to the Stanford students who have put this all together. I think this is an excellent idea and it can live for a long time. Thank you and have a good night.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Gonzalez and I am the education specialist for a nonprofit organization called The Whole Child. The Whole Child provides housing as well as education and parent enrichment for families that are experiencing homelessness in the Los Angeles County. I wanted to give a big thank you to Bridging Tech. Because of Bridging Tech, we were able to provide a total of 12 students with laptops. All students were very, very, very grateful for the donation. They were able to get access to their Zoom courses, and they were also able to catch up with their homework as well. There's one student in particular, she is in 11th grade, and she was very excited because she was able to receive a laptop, and then she also was able to think about the future and mentioned that she was going to be using this laptop to do her assignments while in college because her parents do have a meager income. Thank you so much to Bridging Tech, and thank you so much for your time. All the students that I work with are super appreciative, and they are all able to get a better education because they're able to use their laptops. And because of our pandemic, we are now having to transition to using laptops more, iPads. So I really appreciate Bridging Tech, and I appreciate their time and the work that they do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Lakeisha. We appreciate all of you and the perspective that you bring. For the rest of us, it's easy. It's easy to take for granted the access we have in today's world. Between the tiny computers that we carry around in our pockets or our purses and the multitude of machines we have in our homes and our offices, it is easy to forget how much we rely on the internet for everything. Students without access to technology are at a significant disadvantage. They cannot participate in virtual classrooms, cannot complete homework assignments, cannot get research projects done. Tonight, you can change that via technology, of course. Make sure that you have registered at bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. We can see donations are already starting to come in. We appreciate them. We will get to them in just a moment. But next, we are going to hear from board member Adam Budger and Shweta Shah.
Thank you, Greg. Hi, everyone. My name is Adam Budgor. It is a pleasure to be here with you all this evening as a board member of the Bridging Tech team. I am.
Hey, look, we're back so quick. Adam, I guess it would give me the opportunity to apologize to Adam for getting the name wrong. Thank you, Adam. And we're going to be back to that in just a second. We have a slight technical difficulty. And when these sorts of things happen, you know what? We're blessed to be in positions where we can have technical difficulties and rebound from them. So once again, if you haven't yet, we need you to go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. That's where you can start to make donations. That's where you can start to make contributions. And if you haven't yet, that's where you can also start to bid on some of the auction items. And you know, it's a bad sign when the auctioneer is leading the auction and is the number one place. We are now, I am told now that we are ready to go. So let's hear again from Adam Budger.
Thank you, Greg. Hi, everyone. My name is Adam Budgor. It is a pleasure to be here with you all this evening as a board member of the Bridging Tech team. I just want to say how truly appreciative I am for you all to be here. I am truly appreciative and respect the work that the Bridging Tech team does in order to literally bridge the divide between those who have access to technology and those who do not. We live in a world right now where this divide is so wide. It's probably one of the most critical, significant challenges that we face, not just here in the US, but frankly, globally. And what this team does to bridge that divide is creating opportunity for so many people. And the work that this team does and the work that you all are doing in support of this cause, honestly, it's one of the most important things that we can be doing as a community together. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your partnership. It's absolutely tremendous, and I hope you all are having a tremendous evening. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shweta, and I'm a high school ambassador working with the Bridging Tech Charitable Fund. And Bridging Tech is a nonprofit organization working to bridge the digital divide for students affected by homelessness and housing insecurity across the country. And I believe that bridging the digital divide is crucial to achieving educational equity, especially with the past year and a half of the pandemic and virtual learning. The digital divide has only gotten worse. And it's really shown us the importance of having access to technology in today's world. And so there really has never been a more important time to contribute and do your part to tackle this issue. And so I wanted to share my example from this past summer. I organized a summer program to raise money to provide laptops for learning to students in need in my own community. And we were able to raise over $3,000 for students in my community, and it was an incredibly rewarding experience. I can't wait to give the laptops in person, and I am extremely fortunate to be part of such an amazing organization. And so I want to encourage all of you to please consider contributing to Bridging Tech's mission and Bridging Tech's cause. And your contribution can truly transform a child's life. And so thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta. You are an inspiration for us all. I appreciate you as a fundraiser, and I appreciate you encouraging everyone else to contribute and participate. And those of you watching at home, we appreciate you as well, especially those of you who've already started making donations. And we are going to honor and acknowledge all your donations in just a few moments. So if you haven't yet, there is still time. Please register at bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. You can see it scrolling on screen below me right now. bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. The mission of Bridging Tech is simple: bridge the digital divide, empower homeless students to succeed by providing them with technology that creates an equitable playing field. In the past year, the Bridging Tech has grown from an idea to a nationwide effective organization. In the past year, the Bridging Tech has served over 2,700 students across the country by providing permanent laptops for learning and by providing educational resources such as mentorship, tutoring, and extracurricular courses. By February, we will have served over 4,000 students across the country. We now serve shelters in over 15 cities across the country, including Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, New York City, Denver, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, and here in the Bay Area in San Francisco. These partnerships with homeless shelters are long-term partnerships. Every time a new student arrives in one of these shelters, the Bridging Tech is there thanks to you. Your support enables these students to immediately find a sense of normalcy and belonging. And the ROI is high. Bridging Tech has built meaningful relationships with technology providers to create affordable solutions. Every $100 you donate fills the technology needs of one student. In just a few moments, we are going to focus on your donations and ask you to make donations directly to the Bridging Tech. And we've got a variety of levels available. $10,000, $10,000, $5,000, $3,000. I guarantee there's a level that matches your capacity with your commitment. Every donation will have a direct impact on the life of a student who needs your help. $10,000 helps 100 students, right? $3,000 helps 30 students. And I guarantee there's a level that matches capacity with commitment, because if you don't see a level that you like, enter a custom amount. You want to donate $11,000? We love you, right? You think 2022 is going to be a better year? Feel free to donate $2,022 or $22,000 or $20.22. Every donation you make will directly impact the life of a student who needs your help. Again, I can see donations coming in, and we will get to them in just a moment. But right now, we have 2 more stories we'd like to share.
Hello, my name is Bianca, and I'm the Family Wellness Care Coordinator at a family homeless shelter called Raphael House in San Francisco. Last year was tough for our families. Schools, in order to keep kids safe, transitioned onto an online platform and a remote way of teaching. While this did keep some kids safe, we noticed that our kids were slipping through the cracks. Families who were fortunate enough to have smartphones were able to use those, but they also had to share them with other members in their family composition. This was a scary time for kids. This was a scary time for families. And this was a scary time for providers. And in the midst of all this scariness, there was a glimmer of hope. You've really made a difference in our community, and I'm happy to share that this year there will be no child falling through the cracks because of a shortage in laptops. You truly, truly, truly make a difference. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mark Slater, and I am the Executive Director of Raphael House San Francisco. As a 100% community-supported organization, I would like to thank all the members of Bridging Tech for supporting our mission during this very challenging COVID-19 pandemic year. Raphael House was founded in 1971 to provide a temporary home to the growing number of homeless families in San Francisco. Today, our stable home-like residential shelter provides families of all types a warm and safe, family-centered community. At Raphael House, each family is provided with their own residential room, daily nutritious meals, and clothing. While at Raphael House, parents participate in personalized services that strengthen the whole family as they work towards achieving long-term stable housing and financial independence. We also provide a wide range of family support for parents and their children through our residential shelter, children programming, and Bridge Aftercare program. Partnering with families, we seek to foster the holistic development of children, opening up around them a world to explore and to experience. Children in our program receive services that foster healthy emotional and academic development, and all of our children receive personalized academic tutoring as we work with the children's schools and teachers to ensure that all their academic needs are being met. Once families move on from our residential shelter, they have continual access to an extensive continuum of support through our Bridge Aftercare program. Our Bridge Aftercare program is committed to helping families reach and maintain long-term stabilized housing and supporting them with the resources and connections they need to move beyond homelessness. I would like to personally thank the Bridging Tech community for your generous donation of laptops to our organization and for helping our children overcome the digital divide. Your donation has helped support our families' transition into the new normal of socially distanced e-learning and has ensured that our families have equal access to technology as our education system abruptly transitioned into an online platform. Without personalized laptops, it would have been nearly impossible for our students to stay up to speed with the rest of their class, and they would have suffered the real true consequences of a growing digital divide. From our family to yours, I would like to personally thank you again for continuing to strengthen our Raphael House family community and for all that you have done to help our families and children overcome the digital divide. Thank you again for helping them achieve and gain stable access to education during a very challenging academic year. And I'm looking forward to our continued partnership.
That is why we are here, why we are looking to you right now. And Raphael House is one of 15 shelters nationwide that your support helps provide laptops for their students. We can see donations coming in. We appreciate you all. And we look at the thermometer, we can tell, but a $10,000 donation would fund an entire shelter by providing 100 devices. Will anyone out there donate $10,000 tonight? And we see gifts coming in. Andrew Burns kicked us off at $200. That's 2 devices. Thank you, Andrew. William Hughes donated $1,000. We appreciate your gift, William. Keep those donations coming, everybody. If you haven't yet, register at bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Again, that's bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. There is still time to get in and make a donation. We have an anonymous donation from New York for $10,000. Thank you. We appreciate your gift, $10,000. And I'm wondering if we have the right URL, the right URL for the thermometer for the screen, because I'm seeing gifts coming in as they're coming in. Kevin King donated $1,000. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate that. Susan Paulin donated $200. Florence Bellin, do I sense a connection? Florence Bellin in for $300. David Jakes Farahi in for $300. Emil Kano is in for $200. Nicola Fustarb donates $300. Craig Loftus donated $100. Zeynep Karur donated $200. Darren Goldenberg's in for $150. Kathy Kobspasoff is in for $100. Michael Polano's in for $300. And every donation makes a difference. We have a $7,500 anonymous donation in from New York. Thank you for anonymous. And you know what? You want to be anonymous? We appreciate you. We don't need to give you your propers. We just want to give you your propers. Boom, there we go. There it is. We can see Darren Goldberg's $150 gift as well. Marion M. Adams is in for $1,000. And remember, $10,000 sponsors a shelter, but $1,000 sponsors a computer lab. You can provide 10 devices if you donate $1,000, like Jay Henricks donated $1,000. Jay also donated $200. Prime example of finding a way to get to the number that works for you. You can donate a custom amount, or you can keep just pushing buttons and hitting different levels until you've donated the amount that you want to donate. We appreciate every gift. Isaac Schechter in for $500, and $500 would sponsor a family, provide students with devices, and cover internet connectivity costs for a family. Every gift you make. David D. Dornberg in for $100. That's one gift. Jody Go went and donated $20. Jody, we appreciate you. We appreciate every gift, because every donation, we can get 5 Jodys. That's 1 laptop, right? Everybody, 5 people to donate the same level as Jody, because there's obviously only one Jody in the world, and we appreciate you. Keep those donations coming. Keep those donations. Board chair Mike Ghaffari in for $5,000. And we're going to hear from Mike in just a little bit. Hashtag foreshadowing. But we appreciate you, Mike. Appreciate you all that you and the board do. Keep those donations coming, everybody. Kevin King in for $1,000. Marion Adams in for $1,000. David Dornberg did $100. Nicole Glazer in for $100. Michael Polano in for $300. Keep those donations coming. $300 sponsors a student, right? That's device and internet needs for one student. Take care of all their internet needs and the device for one student. $300. $100 sponsors a device, straight up. That provides the device to be able to present to a student or to present to a shelter. And as we said, we have 15 partners across the United States, 15 shelters with which Bridging Tech works, plus a whole slew of volunteers and mentors across the United States who are helping do the great work as well. If you haven't had a chance yet, there is still the opportunity for you to go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid, bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Plenty of time to get in, get registered, and make a donation. That's where you can register your card, get in and make a donation. It's where you also can bid on our auction items. We appreciate each and every one of you who have made gifts so far. We're looking to everyone else who is watching. If you haven't yet, go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid, get registered and make a gift. And here's what we'll do. We'll give everyone a chance to get registered and do that. We'll move on with the program, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go get registered and make a gift, right? Here's the deal that I'll make with you. I will honor and acknowledge every gift you make during our show tonight. Go make a donation. Keep those donations coming. We'll be back in a little while to check in on them. But right now, let's take a musical interlude and give you time to get registered again, at not to sound like an auctioneer who repeats himself endlessly, but bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Go get registered. You can do it to the beat, because right now I would like to welcome back to the show the skillful and soulful Kat Ryan.
Thanks, Greg, and thank you all so much again for being here today. I have one last song for you, and it's called Sunday Morning. Sunday morning, rain is falling. Still some cover share some skin. Clouds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. Twist to fit the mold that I'm in. But things just get so crazy. Living life gets hard to do. And I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it would lead me back to you. That someday it will lead me back to you. That may be all I need. In darkness He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. I'm driving slow on Sunday morning. I never wanna leave. Fingers trace your every outline. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'll paint a picture with my hands. Oh, and back and forth we sway like branches in a storm. Change the weather, still together when it ends. That may be all I need. In darkness He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning. I never want to leave. No. Just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. And I would gladly hit the road, get up and go if I knew that someday it would lead me back to you. That someday it will lead me back to you. That may be all I need. In darkness He is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. I'm driving slow on Sunday morning. I never want to leave. Thank you all so much again, and thank you so much to everyone at Bridging Tech for having me. I hope you all enjoy the auction.
Wow. Thank you, Kat. We appreciate you and all that you do for nonprofits, but especially what you're doing for us tonight. You amazing skill and talent. We appreciate you. And we appreciate all of you watching at home as well. So let's take a deep breath, right? Shake out those bidding fingers, get ready to go, get ready to roll, because we're going to transition into the auction. And tonight's auction, we're going to go through all 10 lots. We're going to explain what they are, and then we're going to have them, they're all going to close at the same time. It's going to be a little radical and crazy. So if you haven't yet, go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Say it with me, bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Get registered. There's still time to register, still time to get your bids in. bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid is where you will be able to bid in real time against your fellow Bridging Tech supporters. And we're going to close our 10 auction lots all at once and all in real time tonight on our show, right? So a word to the wise: do not wait until we're down to the last 20 seconds. Don't wait until you see the countdown timer on the screen to start bidding, because when the computer says an item is closed, it is closed. There's no reopening any auction lots. In fact, the whole auction's open right now. You want to go on a mountain bike ride with Mike Ghaffari, one of the leading investors in the Valley? You should go start bidding on that right now. The best way to win, though, the best way to win is to make Max your best friend. When you click on bid, you'll see an option to set a maximum bid. That way, Max is going to bid on your behalf up to your maximum every time somebody bids against you. It is a surefire way to win. Finally, there might be a delay between when I say something and when you hear it. And if there's any sort of discrepancy between what I'm saying and what you're seeing on the bidding platform, believe the bidding platform. In this milieu, the computer has the last say. And with that, let's take a look at our auction. Let's start with lot number 1, the 4-course French meal from, and I love it, it says Bridging Tech supporter in the description, because Bridging Tech truly is a family. And our first auction lot is the perfect example of that. From Florence Bellin. We saw your gift in the Fun to Need already, Florence. And Florence is the best cook Margot Bellin knows, because she's also Margot's mom. Make your way to Florence's Eichler home in the Highlands of San Mateo, where you will become part of the family. Enjoy a 4-course French feast paired with a bodacious bottle of Bordeaux French wine. Opening bid on this was at $100, and Kevin King said, forget that. Kevin's in for $500, looking for we're at $500 looking for a next bid on lot number 1. Then lot number 2, the 3-night stay in Zephyr Cove in South Lake Tahoe. This is a chance for up to 6 people. You don't have to take 6. You could just go as a couple, sleep in different room every night. Up to 6 people. Enjoy an extended weekend getaway to South Lake Tahoe. Make your way to Zephyr Cove, where you're going to spend 3 nights and 4 days in a marvelous mountain manse, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, gourmet kitchen, family room with a fireplace, decks overlooking the forest. Best of all is the location. Zephyr Cove is the quiet section of Tahoe. It's on the Nevada side. Gorgeous views, easy access to the lake, and it's a short drive from Heavenly and the rest of South Lake for when you want to go get your gambling on. And it's a nice, beautiful, quiet space to be when you want to get away from the crowds. Opening bid on this is at $300, and you know it's a bad sign when the auctioneer is leading the bidding at $300, but I'm in at $300. You want to go to Tahoe, you got to come outbid me. Next bid's $375 on that. And then lot number 3. And this one has no bids yet. I think it's because nobody's seen it and realized what it is. Because once you figure out what this is, you'd be like, oh my gosh. So this is a chance for one person to spend some time in the great outdoors with a great entrepreneur, Mike Ghaffari. Mike, Silicon Valley native, grew up in Cupertino, founded his first startup when he was 19. He created an iPhone app for bar exam preparation that to this day is still the top-rated bar exam course in the Apple Store. Mike has founded companies. He's taken companies from big to huge. He's taken companies from huge to mega. And now he is a general partner at Canvas Ventures, where he helps other entrepreneurs launch their dreams. And he's the board chair of the Bridging Tech, We appreciate you, Mike. Mike loves mountain biking. He will take the winning bidder on a bike ride you'll never forget in Marin. Where you go and what your depends on your skill level, but the bike, the helmet, and a picnic lunch are all provided. Opening bid on this is still sitting at $500. And I think I don't think we have enough would-be entrepreneurs tuned into our show tonight, because that is as good as it gets for an opportunity to get Mike's ear and plus hang out with Mike and do a little mountain biking with Mike. And then lot number 4, the cutting board from a Bridging Tech board member. Our next lot is from Tej, and Tej, don't get mad if I get this horribly wrong. Shri Mushnam, another board member of many talents. Tej, attorney advisor at the U.S. Department of State, was at the FTC for 11 years before that. Also, a really skilled woodworker, has created this solid handmade Sapel wood butcher block cutting board. It's 13.5 inches by 11 inches by 2 inches thick, weighs in at a whopping 6.5 pounds, comes with its own care kit, including a bottle of food-safe mineral oil and an applicator. It's the ideal addition to any kitchen for chopping and cutting, or you can use it as a serving board for charcuterie, your cheese, or sushi. Opening bid on this is $150, and seriously, $150, you can't find handmade cutting boards of this value for $150, let alone one made specifically for us by somebody so close to the family. Next up on our auction tour is Lot 05, the private fitness session with fitness founder, a private lesson with Valerie Orsoni, founder of Le Boot Camp. Valerie, experiencing her own health and weight issues, set out to create her own weight loss method utilizing her knowledge, skill set, and experts that she had available in her life. She combined nutrition, diet, fitness, psychology, and management of cravings to create Le Boot Camp method. Valerie will meet with you for a private consultation. Valerie has coached Hollywood A-listers, Silicon Valley elite, working moms, housewives, and now you. Opening bid on this one is at $60. And next up after that is lot 6. The full yoga outfit from Lily Warriors. And if you're not seeing where these are, again, go to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. That's bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. That is where you can make bids on all of our auction items this evening. As I see, Cole Paulin has jumped in at $500 on the mountain bike ride with Mike. Thank you. We're looking now at lot 6, the full yoga outfit from Lily Warriors. It's a company by women for women. Lily Warriors designed to channel the feminine spirit and involve more women in the design, sourcing, marketing, and manufacturing process to create activewear for every woman. You get the full yoga outfit of your choice from Lily Warriors. And you got a lot of choices, right? You just scroll through their page. You see, you got the Twilight shapewear, the Orange Cloud, Mermaid, Gold Summer, Pink Power, all up to you as to which one you choose. Opening bid on this is at $60. And then lot 107, U.S. Open and a lesson with a former tennis player. The board of the Bridging Tech has really pulled out all the stops to make this inaugural event a success. One person gets to enjoy an exclusive experience with Bridging Tech board treasurer Akram Zaman, currently with Millennium Management, but in a prior career, he was a professional tennis player who played on the ATP Tour. He will give you a tennis lesson you never forget, whether you're a total beginner or a long-time player. Akram's going to help you make your game more enjoyable, more competitive, or maybe even both, right? Plus, make your way to New York, and you got to take care of the flight, and you got to take care of the hotel, and that, I swear, is the easy part. Because when you get there, Akram's going to take you to the U.S. Open, where you can enjoy a day of watching tennis, and he is going to be your narrator throughout the course of the day. He's going to fill you in on all of the behind-the-scenes action as it takes place. Truly a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Opening bid on this is currently sitting at $500, and honestly, just to get tickets to the U.S. Open is a bargain. And to have a pro sitting with you to walk you through what's happening as your own private narrator, priceless. Lot 08, the French lessons from a Bridging Tech tutor. Bridging Tech has an incredible cadre of volunteers, including tutors like Alexandre Sankan, originally from France. Alexandre is a skilled tutor of French, regularly helps our students learn their oui's and s'il vous plaît. He will join you 4 times to help you dial in your French. Whether you simply want to learn how to pronounce the perfect French wine, how to pronounce that French wine with the perfect accent when you're ordering out at dinner, or you want to get started on learning the language in earnest, or polish up on your vocab and practice, the opening bid on this is at $200. And then lot 9, the 7-night Eastern Shore stay. It's a week-long East Coast getaway for up to 6 people. Make your way to Oxford, Maryland. You're going to spend 7 nights, a full week, 7 nights, 8 days in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom townhome located in the heart of Oxford. The townhome, all the amenities you need for a week-long getaway, right? Full kitchen, dining room, enclosed porch, overlooking the marina and Town Creek. Enjoy a full week in a lovely and quaint town. You can take a walking tour of the picket fences of Oxford. They have all these local artists lovingly hand paint the picket fences in front of houses. You can take a ride across the river on the Oxford Bellevue Ferry. It's the oldest privately owned ferry in America, still operating, 336 years old. Take a cruise on the premier bike trail and more. Open a week, full week, $500. It sounds like we're starting that below Airbnb pricing on this. Full week in Oxford, $500 our opening bid there. And then the final lot in our auction tonight, lot number 10, from the Menlo Circus Club's riding school, the premier riding school on the peninsula and beyond. It's the package of 4 riding lessons, whether you are a brand new beginner learning how to ride, an advanced rider in hunter or jumper disciplines, or somewhere in between. The skillful staff at the Menlo Circus Club Riding School, well, they are a great way to learn all about horses, how to care and prepare your horse, as well as all the fundamentals to build the foundation for a successful rider, and the advanced techniques for becoming an even better rider. Opening bid on this was at $175, and Florence Bellin kicked us off at $175, looking for our next bid of $225. So checking across the board, we don't have a bid yet on the cutting board or the fitness founder or the tennis player, the tennis lot, or the French tutor lessons, or Oxford. So there's lots of opportunities for you to get in and bid on our auction items. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a few more minutes to get registered and get those bids in. Get those bids in. The auction items are going to close in a few minutes, but first, we would like to hear from the Bridging Tech board chair and general partner at Canvas Ventures, Mike Ghaffari.
Well, we're so excited that everyone's here today. Thanks for everyone who attended, and thanks for your involvement. And I thought a good way for me to kick things off in sharing my story with you is to talk a little bit about why I first got involved in this cause. So I'm Mike Ghaffari. I'm on the board of Bridging Tech and involved in the founding story. And what happened was, before the pandemic even struck and before COVID, we had visited a shelter for families experiencing homelessness and housing transitions, Hamilton families. As a family with my family, we went. We made a donation, we checked out the facilities, looked for volunteer opportunities. And one thing that really struck me at that time, back in 2019, was there was only a small computer lab, maybe 5 computers, for about 300 young people who were either living in or spending time at that facility. And I said, wow, 300 kids have to share 5 computers. At most schools or with my kids, like, they'd go crazy if that was such a strict limitation on the kind of devices they had. I know we're all trying to restrict screen time or have some safe limits, but that's kind of too limiting in this new world and new economy and the new tech skills that are vital for any young person today. And so that kind of stuck in my mind, and I thought, okay, at one point maybe they can ramp up on technology with donations. And then COVID hit, and all of a sudden we were very suddenly thrust into this world where education, work, family, so many important relationships. Everything was just happening over video conference, just like this gala today, which we originally hoped to be in person, but later because of Delta, we decided, do it remote again. And so families are still facing this today. And I hope we come out of this, but I think COVID drew something to our attention. If any one little piece of good came out of it, was that the digital divide is very real and very important. And while a lot of parents like me and some of my peers were thinking, oh, it's so hard to have our kids in Zoom school, we wish they could be in in-person school, having devices that our kids could actually use to access Zoom school was the least of our concerns. Meanwhile, you had 300 kids there, and they didn't even have a device to get onto Zoom school to access their education at all. And that really put the problem of the digital divide under a microscope. So then I was lucky enough to meet Margot and Isabel, and as co-founders, they really took the vision and made it broader. Originally we were thinking about just, laptops for learning, getting laptops in these kids' hands, and they said, hey, let's take this broader theme of the digital divide we're talking about and say, what is the organization that's focused on really helping with this tech education, helping to bridge that gap? That's where the Bridging Tech name comes from. And helping to take kids, not only giving them devices, but then training them on how to use those devices, and then one day offering mentorship, long-term kind of training and support to really help someone with their whole tech journey, because it's become a core part of the upbringing of anyone today. And it's one that, for many folks like me, if I work in the technology industry, I just take it for granted. Of course, my kids are getting a tech education. It's something I'm fluent in and something they're going to be fluent in just through osmosis. If anything, like I said, we've got to make sure that there are some limits around it. But there are so many kids in this country, especially children, who are experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity or have other issues that they and their families are facing, that don't have that kind of access. Or maybe they don't own a device. Maybe they do own a device, but they don't know how to use it, or they don't have internet access. There's so many challenges they have. And Bridging Tech really helps that. So our first mission, by the way, was to see for these 300 kids at the Hamilton Families Shelter, which made up the largest group of homeless families and homeless kids we could find in San Francisco. Could we get every single one of them a device that they could learn on at least? That would be a good first step, we thought. And we thought that's really audacious to do. Could we even do it in time? Would COVID be over, by the time we could do that, and would the need be gone? Because we thought it could take at least a year. Well, in less than a year, this amazing dynamic team out of Stanford, Margot and Isabel, who you're seeing today, who also recruited a bunch of brilliant, amazing young people around them, they really rolled up their sleeves as volunteers and did incredible work to raise the money much faster. Both device donations and funds to be able to do that, get those devices in everyone's hands, and check that box that, wow, we did it. Nearly every homeless child we could find now had that device in San Francisco. And let's take this show on the road and take it nationwide, maybe one day even worldwide. So then we got set on creating a great board of directors and building that group as well, in addition to all the great people working on the cause on the ground and the volunteers. And now that's helped bring us a nationwide and global perspective. Thank you for those of you who are dialing in. We have a lot of people in New York now, as well as some people around the world. We really appreciate that, and other parts of the country. And I've just been so impressed by the momentum of the organization, the dedication of Margot and Isabel. There's a long journey ahead. There's a lot to do to still, turn this into a full-fledged, functioning, sustaining nonprofit organization. Everything is primarily on a volunteer basis. So, as funds are raised, we still don't even spend money on things like full-time salaries for people. That would be the next step if the organization would graduate. But why we thought to gather everyone around tonight is these donations now, over 90% of it really goes to just funding this acute need for our students who we work with. The feedback from these families and our partner organizations, by the way, has been amazing and is really touching. So we all appreciate your support. We appreciate everyone who has helped out on the cause here. Appreciate you being here tonight, and both through your time, any financial donations you can make tonight, or you've already made and can make in the future. It all goes to a really great cause, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Mike. Well put, well delivered. We appreciate you taking us on the journey with you. And yes, that journey is exactly what brings us to this point where we're looking to all of you who are watching at home right now. Your chance we still have a chance to get involved. This is it, everyone. If you've been bidding on the auction items, or you've been waiting for the last minute to bid, this is it. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to put up a 2-minute countdown timer and say that there are 2 minutes left on our auction tonight. And so as we bop through and take a look at all of the difference, Kevin King is currently our winning bidder on the 4-course French meal from Bridging Tech. I'm still in the lead on the place in Tahoe, and as thrilled as I am about that, I would love it even more if you came and outbid me. Cole Paulin in for $500 on the mountain bike ride with Mike. We've got the cutting board from Tej is still open right now at 150. No bids on that yet. No bids on the private fitness session with the fitness founder. Again, if you haven't yet, depending on how fast you are, get to bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. You've got a little over 90 seconds left to get in and get those last bids in. As Marion M. Adams, I appreciate you and the work that you're doing. Marion M. Adams is our leading bidder on the outfit from Lily Warriors. She's currently also the winner and leader in the clubhouse, who's going to for the Formus Tennis Player Pro. We don't have any bids yet on the Bridging Tech Tutor or the house in Oxford, but hey, Florence Bellin is our current leader on the equestrian riding lessons. We're down to 1 minute left. 1 minute left on our 10 auction items. So again, if you haven't yet gotten in, now's your opportunity. If you're waiting for the last second to bid, well, here it is, because we are down to, I'm just bouncing back and forth through all the different things. Technology's odd, right? This virtual thing, I see all of your bids over here right now. No, hold on, Isabel. I see all of your bids over here. And as we're down to, let's say there's 20 seconds left. Let's put up a countdown timer and make it official. 20 seconds left on our auction tonight. So if you've been waiting for the last second to bid, here it is, as we're down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Our auction is closed. That's my little reminder. I have fun music for my reminders. Our auction is, well, let's rephrase that. Everything that had bids on it is now closed and sold. Some of the things that didn't get bids, for, like our cutting board, for example, or the trip to Oxford, those didn't get bids. And you know what? As we appreciate our donors and the donations that they've made, and we want to give everyone an opportunity. So if we're going to leave those open until 5 p.m. tomorrow, Friday afternoon, we're going to leave anything that doesn't have a bid yet open until 5 o'clock tomorrow. So if you haven't yet made a bid, or you got a friend who's been wanting to get away to Maryland, or you know somebody who needs to revamp their kitchen and could use a really good cutting board, send them the link. It's bridgingtech2021.ggo.bid. Now, before I sign off, let's check in on the thermometer one more time and see where things have gotten to, because we currently are sitting at $30,370, which is a great work by you. That's easy math to do that. That is 303 laptops. We're looking, anyone else, are there any last minute donations out there waiting to come in? I know that Margot and Isabel were working on a special donation that they were, yes, another anonymous donation from New York come in for $2,500. Woo woo. We appreciate you as well. Does anyone else watching wish to give right now, while we still have a final opportunity to give you your propers in real time? An anonymous gift from the Bay Area for $5,000. We appreciate each and every donation. It's easy math to know that $5,000, right? $5,000, that's 50 laptops, that's 50 devices, right? So that's a classroom and a bunch of families, right? Every gift you make, every donation you make of $100 equals one device, which is great return on investment. The partnerships that Margot and Isabel have been able to put in place in the last year with the organizations and the tech companies that they've been working with to be able to source devices and get mentors and volunteers in place nationwide to help implement them. So it's not just, hey, boom, we're dropping off technology, but it's support as well. Cost of ownership always outweighs cost of acquisition, right? And making sure that these students who have this technology are supported in ways, have internet connectivity, have training, have mentorship to be able to learn and use them and have success in school, all made possible by your support. If you haven't yet made a donation, please continue to do so. There will always be an opportunity for you to support Bridging Tech. You have done amazing work tonight. It has been my honor to be your fundraiser for our inaugural Bridging Tech from Home 2021 virtual gala. We look forward to hopefully being able to see you all in person next time. Until then, continue to use your powers for good. And now, to close out our show, please join me in welcoming back Bridging Tech founders Isabel Wang and Margot Bellin.
Thank you so much, everyone. We are so grateful for your support.
Please continue supporting our cause, spreading the word, and we were so surprised and impressed by the turnout this evening. Have a wonderful night.
Bye.